This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on the channel. Of course, still first round of the draft going on, but that didn't stop Ken Holland from stopping by and having a little bit of an interview chat with the Edmonton Oilers media this evening. And while I was having supper, Mark Spector puts it out to my attention that, well, it does not look like anything worked out with Athanasiou and Matt Benning, so they'll be going unqualified. Now, this is the thing I understand as it is we still have a chance to trade them tomorrow at the draft before anything crazy happens with their qualifications needing to be done. So, that is where things stand. Is right now, yes, they're unqualified. Nothing worked out on a lower priced contract, but they have a chance to still be traded tomorrow during rounds 2 through 7. And as we've seen so far tonight, Ken Holland has not recouped any picks by trading the first round pick or trading anyone else as far as I'm aware. As far as you're probably aware, I haven't heard of any trades yet. So that means we have tomorrow to look forward to when it comes to figuring out what's next in terms of recouping draft picks or trades or whatever. And those two guys, Benning and Athanasiou, will remain a part of that for now because, well, what do you got to do, right? You got to look at all the options available to you on the table, and those are options available to the Oilers on the table. Now, the thing is, the silly part here, potentially for the Oilers and for both Athanasiou and Matt Benning, is where in the NHL is ANDREAS ATHANASIOU going to find a better chance at a good contract with a good team than he will with the Edmonton Oilers? And for Matt Benning, if he thinks he can get $1.9 million or more for him on the market this year after only playing ever really a third line right shot role with the Oilers, it seems a little far-fetched in the flat cap world. That said, you just don't know, and maybe there's a team that knows how to deploy Matt Benning better than the Oilers ever did, and, well, suddenly you've got a right-hand shot top 4 defenseman who puts up 40 points a season. I don't know. It would be on me, and that would be very prototypical Edmonton Oilers to have such a thing happen to them. As Matt Benning, Athanasiou, both guys, well, they're not looking to be part of the long-term plan here for the Oilers. But you know what? At least I'd hope that we can get ourselves some kind of something for them, because at the end of the day, it would be very disappointing to see both of them wander out without anything. So they will hit the free agent market. As far as I understand, we should still be able to trade them tomorrow, but I don't know. I'd have to double check into that. I guess realistically, at this point, it would be more so trading their rights when it comes to signing free agent deals. So if you're asking me that, what does that deal with? That pertains probably a 5th, 6th round draft pick for each of them. And that's a really big loss on Ken Holland's part when it comes to ANDREAS ATHANASIOU, because man, that sucks. We gave up 2 second round picks for Athanasiou to do 9 games and nothing in the playoffs, essentially. And really just go away without anything in return. Yeah, maybe if you get that 5th or 6th draft pick, that's great. That's something. But that isn't 2 seconds. And now we have to look elsewhere to recoup those picks, and that really sucks. So the Oilers, I guess, head into tomorrow with the decision looming on the 3rd round draft pick. That's all that's left to ask. But actually, one thing we have to talk about is, yes, Jake Neighbours. Jake Neighbours going off the board. And yeah, you're wondering, why am I telling you this right now? Jake Neighbours is a prospect going to the St. Louis Blues, 26th overall in the 1st round of the 2020 draft. He was playing with the Edmonton Oil Kings this year, so I figure it is worth mentioning. Jake Neighbours, who a lot of folks thought, the Oilers, if they can slip down to 30, 31, that would be a good pick for them there, or somewhere in the low 20s. But you know what? It isn't meant to be, and St. Louis gets in there, 26th overall. Jake Neighbours going to the 2019 Stanley Cup champions. So that's some news there for you midway through this video. But again, back to Athanasiou, it is a major loss, and that's a really I guess boneheaded gamble is what it looks like now on the part of Ken Holland, and that sucks to say because I really thought that this was not going to be a losing bet any way you cut it from Ken Holland on ANDREAS ATHANASIOU, but it indeed, well, by the looks of it, ends up being a losing bet. But I'll throw it this way to you, and I'll throw it back around, I guess is the way I'll look at it, is say ANDREAS ATHANASIOU hits the free agent market. What if nobody offers him anything? Ken Holland's the only GM that offers him anything. Does the guy bolt for overseas? Or does he come in and say, no, Ken, you know what? I have a relationship with you. Let's get this deal done and let's get back to playing hockey here in an Oilers uniform. I don't see why that isn't a possibility. Right? I guess out of anything, if you're going to rule anything out, I don't see that being anything too crazy of a possibility, right? That's something you have to stay open to. Sorry, Elliot Friedman was speaking, and you guys know when Elliot Friedman speaks, Tyson shuts up for a second because you got to understand what that man's saying, especially if it pertains to an Edmonton Oilers trade. But so nothing would surprise me when it comes to getting a guy like Athanasiou in the free agent market back on the team. But Matt Benning, do you see him in the similar situation? I think, like I said, if I'm mentioning that there's a shot that there's a team out there that thinks they can deploy Matt Benning better, then yeah, I think Matt Benning knows that he's walking into a pretty open market for himself. It's not like Matt Benning did anything this year other than the concussion issues to go out of his way and destroy his own career headed into a flat cap world for the next several years. But the problem is, again, 1.9 is a big number for a defenseman like Matt Benning on a third pair, especially when you're playing third pair in Edmonton. That does say something about you, but that is not to detract from my other point that the Edmonton Oilers win when Matt Benning is on the ice. So if I'm left to have an option between Benning or Athanasiou, all right, both of them are back available to us on October 9th. On Friday, they are available to us in the free agent market. Forgot supper's on my bed. Rough go. I hope you guys have been staring that down. But if I have a choice between those two on October 9th, I would be looking at Matt Benning first just to secure the blue line a little bit more, right? Obviously, that is a position where the Oilers have to secure somebody, and at least maintaining Matt Benning in some situation would be good, whether it be through a qualifying offer, which isn't going to happen, be through a lower offer that has not worked with Ken Holland so far. Now, there is still time to work that out, but I believe that has to be in sometime midday tomorrow. And then, of course, there is the free agent option, which if he doesn't get any options he likes, I'm sure Ken Holland, same with Athanasiou, isn't going to close the door and say, nope, you didn't take what I offered you before free agency, slam the door, you ain't coming back. But I can tell you, I think Ken Holland's the GM that would leave it very wide open, that is for sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are in kind of a little bit of fun territory now as you've got the last 4 picks on the board, and it looks like Jacob Perreault has just headed to the Anaheim Ducks. So we've got not much left to go here in this first round of the NHL entry draft for 2020. Tomorrow, unfortunately, a day I missed the entirety of the action. The Oilers will probably make 5 trades and get 6 players and draft this guy and that guy, and I'm not going to have anything on it because tomorrow is a jam-packed day at work, and you know what? That's okay because end of the day, guys got to work for a living, right? YouTube's fun and all, but guy does have to work for a living, and that I will do tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in to draft night coverage here on the channel. If you're new to the channel, what I encourage you to do is hit that subscribe button and leave a like on the video. Let me know in the comments section how you're doing. I haven't been responding to comments very much lately, but it's just something keeping the head clear as we go through the busiest time of the season, and then hopefully get back into the kind of the quiet season and get back to managing those comments a little bit better there for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am up on out of here.